It's just become a, pretty disgusting commodity. And I'm hoping that as music becomes less profitable, that as the profit motive is removed from music, I'm hoping that the record companies die, and that the only people left making music are people making music who love music and what it can accomplish. Because really, what record companies have done with music in the last 10 years is just disgraceful. And radio stations, the same thing. I don't know, I honestly, working at a lot of major labels or at these radio stations, I think it's probably like working at Philip Morris. You just have to turn off your conscience to go to work in the morning and say, you know what, we're selling something that is making the world a worse place to live in. And so that's what I think about record companies and radio stations. The next question, which is sort of germane to that, is how do I reconcile my involvement in that system? On one hand, I had a conversation, not to be a shameless name dropper, but I had a conversation about this with Bono, and we were asking each other that question. On one hand, we're just repulsed by the entire world of commercial music, but at the same time, if you leave, then it's just left to the infidels, as it were. It's like, imagine if U2 had stopped making records 10 years ago. The cultural climate in which we live would be a much poorer place. So the world of contemporary music sucks, but you have to be in it so that it doesn't suck more. So that I can at least, occasionally do an interview with Rolling Stone or go on MTV and tell them how despicable I find the state of contemporary music. There's a lot of wonderful music being made. I'd say the majority of music being made in the world is wonderful. It's just that the gatekeepers of music in the United States have done everything to prevent people from hearing music of quality and distinction. I've been a vegan now for 16 years and a vegetarian for about 3 or 4 years before that. Basically, I'm not a judgmental vegan. If people want to eat meat, that's their choice. People want to do it, however people want to live. For the most part, that's hard for me to judge. But I love animals. I don't want to cause suffering if I don't have to. I just feel on a simple level, if I'm given a choice between something that causes suffering and something that doesn't cause suffering, I should choose the thing that doesn't cause suffering. And also then for health reasons, for environmental reasons, but mainly for ethical reasons. But yet you have someone like Eminem who talks about butchering women and beating up homosexuals. And his records sell millions of copies. And I'm stunned by this, to be honest with you. That we live in a culture where people applaud public figures who are outspoken for being misogynists and homophobes. So that's where the whole thing started. But how I felt when I heard him name-check me in the song, I thought it was really funny. I was flattered. The fact that he went on his way to dress up like me in the video. I was like, wow, this guy must really love you. We met once under really bad circumstances. I was sitting alone, he was with a bunch of friends, and he tried to attack me on television in front of 500 million people. It was a little rough. He got upset because I was with a sock puppet. Literally. Trying to insult on his dog. I guess he has a problem with bald guys and dog puppets. So.